The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach. The Island Times News Update begins right now. Here's Tom Patton.
Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. Beaches Watch held 2 forums for candidates in local elections this week. About 75 people packed the Neptune Beach City Council chambers Tuesday night for a candidate forum for the candidates for mayor of Neptune Beach, Elaine Brown and Bob Shimp. The two were the top vote-getters in the primary election in August. UNF Political Science Assistant Professor and Beaches Watch member Georgette Dumont moderated the forum, posing questions ranging from what the candidates specifically wish to accomplish as mayor to the redevelopment of the Kmart shopping plaza. Both candidates stressed maintaining the quality of life in Neptune Beach and the importance of the 3 beach communities working together on common issues. Brown said there are opportunities to increase revenue for the city that would not involve raising taxes.
We are going to need to supplement our budget by working very closely, as I said in the beginning, a strong voice, all 3 beaches, a strong voice that we ask and request from the state and from the county is something that we need. Working together to make sure we're going to follow those dollars into the county, because those are ad valorem dollars that go to the county, and then they give us back a portion. And we also get sales tax dollars that come in. We can supplement so much that we do in the future, especially with infrastructure. We've got, a capital improvement plan that goes out 5 years for every department. Our city manager and certainly all of the different departments have got what their needs are planned out 5 years. But what we have to do is hopefully supplement and work harder to get more of the dollars that we deserve and we should be getting from our county government.
Brown also said there are additional grants that the city could pursue that could help supplement the city's budget without putting an additional burden on taxpayers. Shimp said that the first thing he would do in a budget meeting is ask every city department to cut its budget by 1%.
I've talked to many business owners, and they agree that any business or any government should be able to cut their budget by 1%. That'd be a first step. Second step is that, yes, we have to work together as a beach, and that means all 3 beaches, and readdress the issues with Jacksonville. And one of the reasons why this is so important is because of the Better Jacksonville plan. The Better Jacksonville plan was put into effect in the 2000s with Mayor Delaney. It always goes back to there, what's going to hurt us. And to make a long story short about that, because you can look it up on the internet if you look for the Better Business Plan or the Police and Fire Pension Fund, you'll find out the council back in the 2000s took out $44 million for the city budget and put it in to the Better Jacksonville Plan. And then for 3 years, they didn't put any money back into it. Now, how does that affect us? It affects us because in 2030, when the Better Jacksonville Plan taxes kick out and the new taxes kick in for the Police and Fire Pension Fund, which we owe them, we're going to lose $400,000 a year.
Shimp said that before anyone agreed to the City of Jacksonville Police and Fire Pension Plan proposed by Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry, the beach's mayors should have worked out with Mayor Curry how they're going to recoup that money. The two also disagreed on business development. Shimp said that Neptune Beach is a bedroom community.
I don't see bending over backwards and helping out businesses. I look forward to businesses moving into our business district, but I do not want to see the businesses take over 3rd Street or go down further on 3rd Street than what they already are. I think instead of like the council in the past, or some of the councils, no, I'm not going to say each one because every council thinks they do a good job, but one of the councils decided to go ahead and give 50% less parking, require 50% less parking in the town center area. That's one of the reasons we have a parking issue in town center. I don't plan on doing that for any of the businesses.
Brown said that a healthy business climate benefits the community in terms of revenue to the city.
And having the ability to work with a policy within this city hall that is friendly to business, promoting it, but continually looking at how we can help each and every person that wants to improve their properties, because we all want our property values to continue to go up. We want our community to have high standards in the community. So the policies would be, as they should be in every city, have good, solid growth in your business district that conforms, but to also, our priority is to keep this a residential community with great community input, and for all of us to work in that direction.
On the issue of the Kmart shopping center, Schimpf said he had talked to the property owner, who is planning a mixed-use development with green space, upscale shops, and lofts that would cost more than the surrounding houses. But Schimpf said he was told that the owner also wants to take the area behind the building for a necessary stormwater retention pond, and if that's not allowed, he would be reluctant to allow the city to use the parking lot for public parking. A walkover from the parking lot into town center has also been discussed. Brown said that she would like to see a mixed-use development on that parcel, and the parking lot could help ease the parking problem in town center. Schimpf used his opening and closing statements to explain, and in some cases rebut, statements made in a campaign piece mailed to residents of Neptune Beach. The mailer was paid for by the group Citizens for a Better Neptune Beach, which lists an address in Winter Park, Florida. The Jacksonville Beach Candidate Forum drew 122 people to the Jacksonville Beach Elementary School Wednesday night, according to Beaches Watch. The candidates for mayor and 3 at-large seats on the council answered questions posed by Beaches Watch President Sandy Golding. The topics ranged from festivals in the downtown business district to digital signs in Jacksonville Beach. There's been a great deal of conversation about the central business district, and the candidates generally agreed that getting the downtown right will help improve the quality of life throughout the city. Mayoral candidate Corey Nichols said that he feels like more events in the central business district would generate revenue for the city to use on things like public safety and infrastructure.
It is doing a private-public partnership, leveraging the CRA funding we have to bring that partnership here, to bring a premium level hotel, oceanfront in the downtown business district, and then completely just starting over with how we do events at the Seawalk Pavilion. All of that's down there is just a disaster right now.
Nichols said that Jacksonville Beach should look at what's being done in St. Augustine at the amphitheater,
where we're bringing in national touring acts, where we're going to sell tickets to it and not just have, not where it's free, where the only way they can make money is by promoting the overconsumption of alcohol, that we're going to be able to draw real tourists here that are going to spend money, stay in the premium level hotel, and those people are that's going to be the tax generating base where we're going to be able to take care of our first responders like we should.
But Mayor Charlie Latham said the approach should be different.
Businesses don't benefit from festivals. Let's make another thing clear. Citizens don't benefit from festivals. The only one that benefits from festivals are the promoters. We designed that park for our community, and that's exactly what it's going to stay, is for our community. 2 things, 2 priorities. We all talked about the police. I ride with the police at least once a month from 5 o'clock on Saturday until 3 a.m. on Sunday, and I talk to these guys on a regular basis. I too was endorsed by the Jacksonville Beach Police Department. What their concern is that there aren't enough of them. It's not the money. They want more people there so they can take more time off and not be forced into mandatory overtime. And that has a lot to do with these recurring festivals, that we're getting more and more festivals.
Latham said there's an ongoing problem with the perception of what the city is doing downtown.
Look, I'm a pro-business person, as pro-business as you can be. We established a new office with Rick Amato shortly after I was elected, or we were elected. He's there to handle a lot of our business-related problems. He's done a very good job with that. Businesses are important, but they're no more important than our residents. And a lot of the things that are happening downtown are having a huge negative impact on our residents. So we really need to take a look, again, at that process, the festival process, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and who's truly benefiting from those things. We need to keep the focus on our people, our citizens.
A question about digital signs and the frequency at which they should be allowed to change drew some varied responses. While all of the candidates generally said they were not in favor of a lot of digital signs, Mayor Latham and Councilwoman Christine Hoffman both said they liked the digital sign owned by the city, and it would be wrong to allow the city to have something it would not allow businesses to have. Councilman Keith Doherty and Phil Vogelsang and candidate Curtis Loftus said that if businesses could afford the expensive signs, they should be allowed to have them. None of the candidates said that signs should be allowed to change every 8 seconds like they do in Jacksonville, but Councilwoman Hoffman said that allowing only one change every 24 hours was too restrictive, and there should be a happy medium for the frequency of the sign changes. If you would like to see either of the forums in their entirety, Beaches Watch Video records all of its programs and makes them available online. The candidates also responded to a written questionnaire, and those responses have also been posted on the Beaches Watch website. Well, when we come back, FEMA outlines the process under which individuals may get assistance following Hurricane Matthew. This is the Island Times News Update.
The news you can count on. The Island Times News Update will be right back.
Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788. Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first.
Welcome back to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. Representatives from FEMA appeared at the Neptune Beach workshop Monday to explain the process under which individuals may be able to receive assistance from the federal agency in the wake of Hurricane Matthew. According to FEMA Director General and Federal Coordinator Montague Winfield, there are two aspects that the agency is looking into. First is damage to the protective dunes at the beach. Winfield said that there are several options for emergency dune replacement. One is to clean the sand that is already on the beach and push it up into the dunes. Another is to place giant sandbags on the dunes, which might not be particularly aesthetic. Either of those options would be short-term solutions, and the Florida DEP has to approve the permanent replacement of the dunes. On the issue of assistance to individuals, Winfield said the agency is currently assessing damage in all 3 beach communities. Once that assessment has been completed, the data will be compiled, and it will be determined whether there is more damage than can be handled by local and state agencies. Only when those limits are exceeded would FEMA step in and offer assistance to individuals. Winfield said that it's difficult to establish a timeline for those decisions to be made because there are so many variables that will go into making that determination. He said there will be meetings held over the next few days with local officials, and they hope to have a timeline established fairly quickly for a resolution to the dune issue. If there is a declaration for individual assistance, FEMA will be in the area in force and establish local operations in the city. FEMA Representative Brenda Gustafson said that if someone who says they're a FEMA representative comes to your door, residents should ask to see official identification. However, she said it is illegal to take a photograph of the credentials. Winfield said that those people coming to homes will most likely be contractors, but they will have official FEMA identification. Winfield also said that FEMA would likely not reimburse the city for the dune walkovers that were damaged by the storm, unless they posed a hazard to public safety. He said that a dune walkover that now ends in a large drop-off to the beach might be considered just such a public safety concern. Gustafson said that as people have damage to their homes repaired, They should document those repairs and keep receipts so that they may apply for reimbursement should a declaration for individual assistance be made. Senator Marco Rubio and Governor Rick Scott have both appealed to President Obama to expedite the process. She said that if the declaration is made, they will advise the public about how they can go about making claims from the federal government. But that would only happen after it was determined that the damage was beyond what could be reimbursed by local and state entities. The FEMA representative said that the beach renourishment program that was underway when the storm hit is a separate contract with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and that project continues to be ongoing. Meanwhile, District 13 Councilman Bill Gulliford has placed an emergency request for $7 million for the local portion of the cost of repairing dunes along the beach on the agenda for Tuesday's meeting of the Jacksonville City Council. Congressman Andrew Crenshaw and Governor Rick Scott have both discussed the issue with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. They hope to extend the contract with the company currently working on the beach renourishment so that the dunes can be repaired while the dredging equipment is here. Moving the equipment and then bringing it back to repair the dunes would cost up to $4 million more, according to Councilman Gulliford. On a happier note, the annual Thanksgiving celebration is on for First Street in Neptune Beach on Thanksgiving morning. Pete's Bar and Sliders Restaurant are again collaborating to make the annual tradition happen. The two businesses would be responsible for providing additional security, insurance, and sanitation facilities for the several thousand people who flocked to First Street on Thanksgiving morning. Neptune Beach is continuing to work with the two businesses so that the tradition can continue. Well, don't forget that early voting begins on Monday and continues through Sunday, November 6th. Along with presidential and U.S. Senate races, voters will choose mayors in Neptune Beach and Jacksonville Beach, as well as 3 representatives to the Jacksonville Beach City Council. There are also several constitutional amendments to be decided by the voters.
The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach, forecasting your beaches. This is your local look weather.
Well, the National Weather Service says we can expect much cooler weather beginning Saturday as a cold front pushes through the area. It's going to be windy on Saturday with highs in the low 70s and lows falling into the mid-50s. Then a bit warmer on Sunday with highs in the mid-70s and lows in the mid-60s, and that pattern will continue through the latter part of the week. The Island Times is always digital, always free at theislandtimes.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to be the first to know about stories posted on the Island Times. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.